All right, Mike Eppel with us right now. I'll tell you, Mike, the business world is being torn in a whole bunch of different directions right now when it comes to trade deals. We have the American president saying, you know what, he wants to become more protectionist, rip up some deals, renegotiate some deals. And then just moments ago, we had the European Union ratifying the free trade deal with Canada. Which way do you go?
Well, it appears, at least right now, that the free trade deal, freer trade between Canada and the European Union, 28 countries, will go forward with the Parliament in the EU giving the green light to that deal, which has been years in the making. Let's keep this in perspective that, I mean, the negotiations, they didn't just start yesterday. This has been a project that has been in the works, again, for years. It was almost tripped up last fall by the Belgian region of Wallonia, which was voting against it. And even today's ratification wasn't unanimous. 408 votes for, 254 against. And the Netherlands still has to have a referendum on this, and they could put a spanner in the works. So, I mean, there's a lot of moving parts of this, Kevin. But the European Union Commission has already tweeted about this morning, saying that this will save European countries about €500 million per year in tariffs in this trade deal with Canada. The Canadian Senate still has to approve it. This will happen in the next few weeks. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is in Europe talking to the European Parliament today, all in correspondence with this. So again, freer trade still seems to be the way to go. And again, like you say, the Trump administration, they want to rework trade deals. So they're not necessarily entirely opposed to it, but Donald Trump still talking about getting a better deal. Hopefully not so much here with Canada. Hopefully it'll be status quo. How this plays out in the markets today, maybe not so much immediate reaction, although we'll track the Canadian dollar, which this morning comes in around 76.5 cents U.S. And we're looking at a generally quiet start to the trading day overall. Market has to take a break at some point, doesn't it? The TSX has been up 6 days in a row, 3 records in a row for the TSX composite, and the Dow and all of the U.S. benchmarks have hit records 4 days in a row now. The Dow has hit 23 records since the November 8th vote. It's up about 10% since that time frame. And again, based on the idea of deregulation, bank stocks have been way up. Industrial companies, if there's infrastructure spend, those have been way up. The Canadian market's benefiting from all of this. So again, the trend and the roll continues. And this is even in the talk yesterday from the head of the U.S. Federal Reserve about, you know what, U.S. economy is getting better, and that could lead to higher interest rates this spring. We're also looking at Apple shares this morning. It was a contributor to Wall Street's records yesterday. Apple at $135 a piece at the close of trade in Tuesday's activity, puts the market cap now at $708 billion. It went up $8 billion alone in a single day and has indicated up another dollar so far this morning, positive underpinning to the market. Buy the buzz, sell the news. Canopy Growth, ticker symbol WEED on the TSX, a medical marijuana producer. Tremendous growth over the past year, 180% revenue generation, but the stock, which has gone from just below $3 per share last July, is now at about 11. It was down 8% yesterday on the company's earnings, even though they're showing big-time growth going forward. And coming up today, speaking of growth, we'll see if, in fact, U.S. consumers were spending more or less money with the retail sales update for January and some inflation data out of the States as well. So a lot of moving parts today in the markets, which may or may not extend the winning streaks for Bay and Wall Streets. Kevin, back to you.